no, you're trying to understand quantum physics with Newton language.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
It doesn't match.
No,
Okay.
because we speaking, well, thanks God, we are 100 years into the discovery of the language of quantum. And one of the things that, at least it's quite clear that no one understands what they're talking about. But they know, yeah, they admit. Okay.
Mhm.
But there is the difference between how our world works in terms of what we see with our five senses and what is possible. It doesn't matter if we cause an augmentation of it by telescope or microscope. It doesn't matter. It's the same senses, meaning it's the same way of thinking. Now, it's different when we go into actually the difference between what we call Elohim and Havaya, meaning what we call the nature and and the meaning and the power that actually activates nature or reality. And when we speak about Kabbalah and we speak closer to quantum physics in terms of the powers that actually activates reality. And usually it's the more powerful it is, the smaller it is. Though it speaks, because it's particles, it speaks about
Mhm.
particles. But the way particles works is way what actually operates our universe in that
Mhm.
respect. So those diagrams are actually to create something to our mind that will not give us location. As I said, it will give us a flow,
The movement.
the sense of the flow of the movement. So
Yeah.
when you ask for a location, it's where from we move into what. So we move from different locations into a purpose. So
Mhm.
you can be learning or studying this in the world of Asiya, Yetzirah, Bria, or actually with your group and with a screen that your group, you can be in Atzilut. But
Mhm.
it's teaching us actually where the possibilities of movement within that. So it's nothing to do with location. It has to do with the possibility of how things connect to each other,
Okay.
how they actually influence, or not. It's like it's closer to magnetic fields than anything else.
Mhm. But is there just any random point that I just point to on this map would have a similar kind of underlying dynamic or flow as like um, light and Klee or like the things that we're
Mm.
working on in a way? Like
No,
what's
you can.
the is the DNA like I don't know what the
I think
what the thing
you
is.
can draw more this more from the description of the word. Let's say you can draw more your position from the title Tzimtzum Aleph than from the diagram, because
Wow.
Tzimtzum Aleph gives you not it's a sense of a sentiment location, so it can
Hmm.
be all over. The diagram suggests to you that this is the connection between things. This is how they connect. This is how they dress each other. This is how they sort of extend itself to each other. But the actual sort of pinning out where we are is through the wording, through the titles, not through the diagram.
So the kalim that we're responsible for are forged through the broader flow of shapes than through these details.
Yeah, but actually more they're being formed and reformed and destroyed and reformed again by the words, not by
Oh, by the words. So these words, like just Atzilut, for example, is built into this parsha, for example.
So
Must be, right?
Yeah. So first, with all this, we are in the book of Zer Anpin. So the whole system of Vaikra has to do with what Bina is actually giving to Zer Anpin and to Malchut to be able actually to work with. So actually she's giving them words. Essentially, she gives them purification, sanctification. She gives them sacrifice, meaning how to get closer. She gives them a sense of how to handle oneself, how to handle one's sentiment within the work. So this is actually what is happening. Okay.
Okay. So we're lucky to live now in this modern era where it's more, in a way, more abstract. It's a progress.
Yeah, it's at least we know that. I think one of the most important issues for us is that the result changes as we interfere. It's the biggest actually inclusion and revelation of Ari. It's not a revelation of the 20th century. It's a revelation of the 16th century, saying that human observation changed God. Human perception and willingness change actually what is happening within, I would say, within the godly realm. Okay. So we have many ways of actually how to. So Baal Sulam actually sort of drew that Sefer HaIlan in order to show us how things are actually one thing that dress one. It means that from the lowest part has a connection to the highest part. And who can actually connect it is human consciousness. This is the meaning of Tazriya, the Kabbalistic meaning of Tazriya. It means that the way we stand in it, we change the way it appears, or we change the reality of it. And we are invited into it.